Today, we examine the ongoing Ukrainian operations targeting key Russian oil infrastructure. These operations, conducted with precision and strategic foresight, have implications that extend beyond immediate physical damage to facilities. They impact the broader energy network, disrupt logistical chains, and may influence economic and military strategies in the region. To provide clarity, this overview incorporates verified locations, infrastructure maps, and a step-by-step breakdown of each affected node. By using visual indicators such as flags to denote the country responsible for operations and thin, flickering arrows to indicate the trajectory of strikes or disruptions, we can better understand both the tactical and operational dimensions of these ongoing actions. The initial strike, launched from eastern Ukraine, was aimed at a major oil facility located deep in southern Russia. On the accompanying map, the Ukrainian launch point is clearly marked, while the Russian refinery target is indicated with a corresponding flag. A thin, flickering arrow traces the reported trajectory of the strike, moving slowly across the map to provide context for both distance and regional geography. This visualization ensures that viewers can grasp the scale of the operation without relying on exaggerated or sensational imagery. The slow camera movement, which zooms gradually from the broader regional map toward the specific facility, allows analysts and viewers alike to comprehend the positioning of the strike relative to surrounding infrastructure and population centers. Following this, the focus shifts to the likely drone routes employed to reach the target refinery. These paths are represented with subtle, thin directional arrows, again linking the origin point in Ukraine to the target in Russia. The arrows are designed to illustrate the route without overwhelming the visual frame, maintaining a muted palette of red for the strike path, gray for unaffected areas, and dark blue for geographical features. This measured approach emphasizes the tactical planning and precision required for such deep strikes. Each arrow demonstrates the coordinated efforts to navigate around potential air defense systems while maintaining operational security. By observing the movement along these arrows, viewers gain insight into the level of planning and intelligence necessary to reach a strategic target located hundreds of kilometers from the launch point. Critical pipelines that feed the refinery have also been affected. These pipelines, which are central to the movement of crude oil and petroleum products across Russia's southern regions, are shown on detailed maps with thin arrows marking points of disruption. The arrows indicate specific sections where flow may be reduced or interrupted due to damage sustained in the strikes. The use of muted red highlights for disrupted segments contrasts with the gray lines representing intact sections, providing a clear visual distinction. Dark blue shades indicate surrounding terrain, ensuring the focus remains on infrastructure rather than unnecessary visual embellishments. This approach allows viewers to understand not only which pipelines have been affected but also how the disruption could propagate through the larger network, potentially causing bottlenecks and affecting distribution across multiple regions. Additional maps broaden the perspective by showing multiple infrastructure nodes across southern Russia. These nodes, each marked with a subtle flickering arrow, represent facilities that are either directly impacted or are strategically relevant to the operations. Tracking these points over time reveals patterns of repeated operations and prioritization, offering a visual narrative of ongoing strategic focus. By emphasizing clarity over visual intensity, these maps present an analytical perspective, allowing viewers to appreciate the scale and coordination of Ukrainian operations without the use of sensational imagery. A split-screen analysis further clarifies the operational impact by comparing infrastructure status before and after the strikes. On the left side of the screen, the network is depicted as intact, with Russia flags marking key facilities. On the right, the same facilities are shown with small, subtle flickering arrows to indicate areas that were damaged or disrupted, while a Ukraine flag marks the source of the strikes. The slow horizontal pan across this split-screen comparison allows viewers to absorb the differences methodically, highlighting the operational effect without exaggerating the physical destruction. This analytical approach provides insight into both the resilience of Russian infrastructure and the precision with which Ukrainian forces have targeted strategic nodes. Strategic reroutes are also mapped to show alternative pathways that could mitigate supply interruptions. Thin arrows indicate pipelines and transport routes that remain operational or could be used to circumvent damaged sections. The camera movement follows these alternative paths carefully, demonstrating how disruptions might influence broader supply chains. This perspective is essential for understanding not only the immediate impact of the strikes but also the ripple effects on logistical operations and regional energy stability. By tracing the arrows from source to destination, viewers can visualize how the loss of a single facility or pipeline section might necessitate operational adjustments across an entire network.